Which shot is from the $600 professional lens and which one is from the $82 budget lens that I bought directly from China? I'll reveal the answer at the end, but this is the exact problem that stops most creators before they even start. You go ahead and you save up for a great camera body, and then you realize afterwards that you actually need to buy a super expensive lens, and sometimes it's even more expensive than the camera. So in this video, I'm putting this to the test because I've mounted the Yongnuo 50mm f1.8 and the Sigma 18 to 35mm art lens on this Canon M6 Mark II, and we're gonna run a test. We're gonna see if it is worth it to spend the extra, I guess, $500 for the Sigma lens, or if this other lens, this 50mm lens that's only $82 can get it done for you. So the real cost when starting a YouTube channel, it's not really the lights or even the camera body, it's actually the lens. If you want to do this the right way and have great looking videos, then yes, you need lighting, you need a decent mic, that could be $100, but really the lens can cost anywhere from like $600 all the way to like $2,000 just for the lens. So let's go ahead and run both these lenses through a few different tests, just maybe like a low light test, and let's go ahead and see if there's a big difference. So yes, this here is the Sigma lens, and we have a 3-point lighting system. Meaning I have a key light that's really big, it's massive, it's hitting me right here. It's pretty bright, it's doing a great job lighting me up. I have a fill light that's kind of far back, but making sure that, this side of my face isn't just dark. And then I have a hair light up top that's kind of hitting me down here to kind of help me pop from the background. And that's a 3-point lighting system. So that's giving us this look right here. Now, let's go ahead and switch back to the other lens and go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. Okay, here we are on that 50mm, and yeah, like I said, it gives us a great shot, but the only downside is that it's very zoomed in because it's a 50mm. Also, right here, the lighting's not as good as the other one because of the fact that, well, I'm further away from the lights right now. If I come up close right now I'm lit a little bit better. Obviously, I'm super cropped in. You can see the difference is here I'm standing at the exact same distance from the camera as I was on the Sigma, which I had it at about maybe like 20-25mm as it zoomed in a little bit. But as you can see, I'm getting that blurry background. You can tell that the light is hitting me. All the lights and stuff look good here. Let me go ahead and step back again, just to give you kind of a better shot here. And yeah, the lighting is getting a little bit worse as I get further and further away from my lights. I would need to adjust that if I wanted to, but nonetheless, I could turn that light up a little bit and probably get a pretty good look here. And for me, in a talking head video, this is a good frame, okay? This is a good shot here. I would probably change some things to add some elements here. Maybe I would turn off this background light and then throw some stuff in the background. Maybe, I don't know, probably looks better with the background light still, but you're getting the difference here. Okay, so we're back on the Sigma now, and what you're looking at is a 2-point lighting system. So I went ahead and turned off our fill light, so all we have now is the key light right here hitting me, and I have a hair light hitting me up there. So we can go ahead and now compare these lenses in kind of a little bit more low light scenario. So what do you think? Here's the first shot. I'll go ahead and put on the other lens here in a second. But yeah, this is what you're looking at. Obviously, I cropped it, or I zoomed it all the way in, so it's at about 35mm here. And let's go ahead and take a look at the other lens. All right, now here's the 50mm, kind of a little bit more low light scenario. I turned off my fill light. I just have a key light and a hair light hitting me here. Let me go ahead and get up a little bit closer so you guys can at least see me in some decent lighting here. So yeah, low light, I think it does well. It's not the best ever in low light, but still, I'm getting a really sharp image. I feel like I'm really crispy here, and the background's all blurred out. So overall, this is looking pretty solid. Okay, so what does it take to become a good creator, to make good videos? Well, we already kind of talked about the lens and the camera, and I do believe that you should get a DSLR camera, that you should get a mirrorless camera or something like that along those lines. We're talking about a Canon M6 Mark II. That's what I'm using here. That's the camera that I always recommend. And then the lens, right? You can get by with that 50mm lens for $82 on Amazon, or you can get a $600 lens like the Sigma that I have here. I think the days of just shooting on your iPhone and stuff, it's really hard. You're not putting your best foot forward when you're doing that. Yes, it's possible to grow an audience like that, but my advice is to learn camera settings and learn how to get a shot like this. And then you need the lights, right? You need the 3-point lighting system. You also need a good microphone. Okay, I'm using nothing fancy here. I think it's $100. This is a lav mic, right? I always recommend lav mics because I'm in a room right now that echoes. Okay, and if it wasn't for the lav mic, you would hear an echo using pretty much any other kind of microphone except for like a podcasting mic. I'm using the Smart Lav Plus by Rode, and it's a cool little lav mic. You can plug it directly into your phone and be mobile and walk around and shoot content on a different camera and be far away from the camera and all that kind of stuff. The other steps is to frame yourself up correctly, right? You can see I've done a good job framing here. I have some pretty predominant lines going. They're all kind of directing towards me, and some lighting and stuff. I have my background lit up. I got some black stuff here. I like black backgrounds so that you can put text on them, right? So if we throw text on the screen, on a black background, you're gonna be able to read the text, where if it was all white, then it'd be hard to read white text. So there it is, that's it. Those are my tips. That was my comparison between the two lenses. The only downside of that 50mm is it is zoomed all the way in. You gotta move your camera back and bring your lights a little bit forward if you want to use that exact lens. But I have used that exact $82 lens and a cheap camera, a Canon T3i Rebel or something like that, an old camera. And I've gotten some really good videos that have made my business a lot of money. Speaking of my business, if you guys want help creating a YouTube channel, we have a team of editors, thumbnail designers, and channel managers that will help you do that at vidshops.com. Again, that's vidshops.com, and I will see you over there.